let me give you a great example. Okay, let me give you a great example. When I was running my real estate brokerage in Boulder, Colorado, okay, there's about 1,400 real estate agents in that area. Okay, the 1,400 real estate agents. And when you start a brokerage, your whole goal is to add agents, because agents sell houses. As a brokerage, we take a percentage of the sale, and that's how we pay our bills. So the more agents you have that are selling houses, the more money you make and the more profitable your brokerage is. All right, simple math. So the first thing you do when you're doing your analysis of the area is you determine what's the average sales price, what does the average agent sell, how many homes they sell, and then you got to figure out how many agents you need to make your brokerage profitable. So let's say, for my instance, I had to get to 40 agents to be profitable, at least to profitable enough where it was worth owning a brokerage. Okay. So I had to get to 40 agents. So 40 agents in a market of 1,400 agents, that's very small, right?
Yeah.
That's very small demographic. So what I did is I looked at all the agent pool and I said, okay, number one, who are the type of agents that I want? So number one, I want full-time only agents that are full-time. Okay, this is my audience. This is my customer, because in a real estate brokerage, your customer is the agent because you're trying to sell them your brokerage, right? So you're selling the agent your brokerage, so they're your customer. So you're trying to attract the customer. So what type of customers do I want? I want full-time only. If they're working part-time, or they're doing it on the side, or they're real estate investors and they're not really interested in real estate sales full-time, that's probably not the ideal customer for me. Okay. So that automatically eliminated about 50% of the 1,400. Okay? Yeah. So that dropped it to about 700 people. The next was agents that were learning based, right? So they believed that they didn't know everything in the world and that they wanted to learn more about the business. Now, why is that? I'm a coach, right? So I can't have a bunch of agents that don't want coaching and training and guidance, because that is like my main value proposition. That's like the number one value proposition is I'm going to coach you, right? I'm going to coach you one-on-one, and you're going to get to work with a top coach, top industry professional, and that's going to help you grow your business. So if they don't believe, if they're not learning based, they're not going to perform in a coaching environment, right? So I eliminated, so of the 700, I said, okay, how many of them are learning based? About 80%. Let's just say 80%, okay? And then the next one is how many of them want to grow their business. Now, this is interesting, right? You would think that everybody wants to grow their business because they're salespeople, right? All salespeople want to grow their business. No, not even close. Believe it or not, we found that only about 50% actually wanted to grow their business, right?
Wow.
50% of the people we interviewed, if you asked them, do you want to grow your business year over year? Only half of them said yes. Because you know what? Real estate's one of those unique industries where you can do it long into past your retirement years, right? You can be 70, 80 years old and still sell houses because it's not very labor intensive. The industry changes, but it doesn't change dramatically, right? Selling a home is kind of selling a home. We might have different technologies, but it doesn't force you out of the business. So 50%. So if you think about, we had 700, 80% of 700, let's just say that's 620, 640. And then half of that. So now we're down to, let's just say 320 people. Okay. So we're down to 320 agents are left. And then we look at how many of those are honest and ethical. Like, who are the ones that we want to work with because they're honest and ethical, they do good business, they don't have necessarily a really bad reputation, maybe they ran into some hard times or something, we could overcome that, but we don't want people that are trapped in this ethical situations over and over again, right? So that we eliminate another, let's say 20%, right? So now we're at about 200 and something people. And now we've narrowed that pool of 1,400 to 200 and something people. But more importantly, what we kind of come up with is it's kind of like 30%, okay? Mm-hmm. So of the entire 1,400 in population, there's about 30% that fit us, right? They fit our values. They believe in our mission. They're like us, right? They're similar people to us. And so while you're lead generating, okay, while you're lead generating. So that's our target audience, right? That's our audience that we're communicating to, is only that 30%. We're not talking to everybody else, okay? We're not talking to everybody else. But when we're lead generating, we're calling agents and saying, hey, I heard you're a really professional agent. I'd love to meet with you and talk about your business. Do you want to grow your business? They say, no, I don't want to grow my business. I'm getting out of the business. Instead of taking that as rejection and feeling like they just said no to me, right? Because I did build the brokerage. So saying no to my brokerage is kind of saying no to me. Instead of taking that like an arrow in the heart, I just said, I was like Neo in the Matrix, right? I was like, right? That bullet went right by me because I just said, they're not my people. They're not my people. So I knew that only 30% were my people. Only 30% were my people. I didn't try to sell everybody, right? So then I just called the next person. Hey, my name's Sean Modry. I'm new to Boulder, Colorado. I'd love to meet with you. I hear you're a professional person. Are you interested in growing your business? Yes, I'm interested in growing your business. Great. Let's go grab a cup of coffee. I have a cup of coffee. What do you think I talked about? Are you honest and ethical? Are you learning based? Right? Those are the things I asked.
Yeah, filtering.
Right? And believe it or not, within a year, we were well over 40 agents within a year. And at one point, we're the fastest growing real estate brokerage in Boulder, Colorado for multiple years in a row. And it was all based on this idea that I'm not trying to sell everybody. I'm looking for that 30%. And of that 30%, only 1/3 of the 30% are ready to move, right? So there's another layer inside of that. So if I talk to 100 agents, right, I'm going to have 10 that are ready to move out of 100. Okay. Now I got to keep relationships with the ones that are interested, but not ready yet. And then the third were interested, but they're not going to move. They are happy where they're at. Right. So I just kept relationships with the 30% that were in my tribe. They're my people. Right. But I only really focused on bringing over the ones that were in my tribe and ready to move. Okay. And so if you think about sales that way, all of a sudden it opens up all the opportunities to you when it comes to sales, right?